Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon we're here to talk to you about one of the best buys for you budget-minded people today in heating your home. We're not here to talk about the oil, but the oil burner. And this afternoon we have Mr. Schwarzentrooper with us, the maker, the designer, and, shall we say, the builder of this marvelous and inexpensive oil burner. Good afternoon, Mr. Schwarzentrooper.
How do you do, Mr. Spencer? We're very glad to have a little chat with you about this famous gem-giant oil burner because we feel that is only one gem, and this gem is really a giant. We have a patent on it. We have invented the thing ourselves. We have a patent on it for the entire United States and also cover the entire Dominion of Canada.
This afternoon, I think there is a reason why we call this oil burner the Gem Giant. Could you tell us why this oil burner was ever named this?
Well, it would be a long story to tell you just exactly how it got its name, but it was named because it was rather a small burner as a gem, and then it did the work of a large burner, and we call it a giant, and cooperated the two names and make it a Gem Giant oil burner.
Gem Giant oil burner. And this Gem Giant oil burner is built where?
Westmoreland, New York.
Westmoreland, New York. And how is the cost of this oil burner compared with the cost of other oil burners?
Well, the first price of the oil burner is just about one half of what the ordinary oil burners, domestic oil burners, do cost.
And to garage owners who do repairs in garage and would like a oil burner for the garage, tell us the benefit we would have in having a Gem Giant oil burner in the garage.
Well, that would be just fine because if you have a garage, gasoline station, you get a lot of used motor oil, and you save that motor oil and then run it right through the gem, get free heat.
This used oil won't clog or stop our oil burner, will it?
Well, you'd have to put a different control on it because the natural, regular control is so small and so fine that the hard substance that is in the oil does not go through. It clogs it up. But you put a hand control valve on it, and then it works excellent.
It works excellent, but there would be no money to repairing this if we use this kind of oil in a garage.
Well, what do you mean by no money
in clogging the machine? Say, in my oil burner at home, I have an inferior model. I don't own a Gem Giant, but it clogs up sometimes with dirt, etc., and it costs me money to have them cleaned out. Would this oil make an oil burner clog up much faster?
Oh, no. You just simply give it a little more oil, and you give it a little more air, and just get a real good heat up for a few minutes, and then turn it down, and the burner practically cleans itself.
The burner cleans itself. We're glad to hear that. And now to these people that have cottages, etc., in the late fall of the year or in the early spring when it's still chilly, and they have these cottages, they have a double stove, gas and coal. Could you tell us what could be done with that?
Well, they have gas to do some of their cooking on, and they have no heater. They could just simply take the oil burner, take the grates out of their cold part of the range, and put the oil burner down on the floor of the ash pit or ash pan there, and then light it, and you have a real little furnace instead of just an ordinary stove.
And now where can we get information on purchasing and buying these oil burners?
Just write to the Gem Giant Oil Burner Company, Westmoreland, New York, and we shall gladly furnish you all the information you desire.
Free of charge, of course. Remember, the address is Westmoreland, New York, Gem Giant Oil Burner.